NFL as a whole and the Cleveland Browns. What's going on, Mike?
What up, Kev? I can't believe it's been a week already since the NFL draft
I
came and
know.
gone, man. All we anticipated all year long, and then just poof, gone.
Yeah, it goes quick.
Gone. It would have been a lot more fun if I'm not gonna name names, but one of the guys that showed up to my house brought their kid.
Yeah.
It was very awkward. It was very awkward because I was drinking and I know what I was saying was, even though I have a kid, it's a boy and he's 15 months. He don't understand shit I'm saying. He just goes, block. You know, you're the person that came's kid understands everything I'm saying. So I was like, I don't know what I did.
I don't think that kid remembers anything that you said, honestly.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that kid took everything to heart. Because we told her that she was adopted.
Yeah.
That was fun. She even called her mom on us. Sad.
Yeah. Well.
But it was good times. It was a good draft, being, you know, a virtual draft. I thought it went good. I thought it done very well. Like, it was like I was anticipating a more dramatic change to the whole draft field, but it was pretty much.
It took them a while to get started, and once it did, it went for it.
Yeah, but I didn't
bother me, especially in the first round. It would say pick is in, and then you wouldn't hear it announced for like 5 minutes.
Because they were talking about whatever. Yeah. Which is fine, because that's how it usually rolls too, though, every time. But I was expecting something really drastic, being a virtual draft.
Yeah.
But you think about it, all the people that don't show up to the draft, like prospects, that stay at home, same concept.
Right.
You know what I mean? I thought it went pretty well. I actually liked it.
Hey, it was the highest rated draft.
Well, it's the only sports thing too, so
that was part of it.
I'm sure that has a major deal with it, but because I think at this time you're looking hockey, NBA, baseball's all going on, so you're catching all those sports fans in their sports.
People were just starved for some kind of sport.
Something new, something to cling on to.
And that's why they didn't cancel it. That's one big reason why they wanted to do it.
Yeah. I think if sports aren't still 100%, the NBA could go ahead with their draft, but they want to postpone it.
Yeah, they want to move it to like August or September.
I don't understand why.
What's it? They're still hoping to come back and play a handful of games and then the playoffs and the season going into September, or possibly August or September, then moving back to start of next season and having the draft right after the end of the regular season. If they even play, who knows?
I don't know. I don't think
they're up in there. I know baseball is planning on starting. Their target date is the 4th of July weekend to start the season. And I didn't see all the divisions yet, but I heard there could be 3 divisions of 10 teams each.
Mm-hmm.
No American and National League, so anybody.
No, they're going to postpone that. Like, we're in the same division as the Cubs and the Reds, the Braves, the Tigers, the White Sox. I like it.
Yeah, so that could be interesting. Yeah, for 1 year.
It also thinks that they allow fans to come back sooner than they were thinking. These different matchups in these divisions that they're in could draw more fans. Like if we're playing the Dodgers or the Reds, or the Cubs more, it's going to draw fans.
And if it goes well, it could end up leading to a division realignment down the road. They've talked about that.
I want to see Pittsburgh in the same division as Cleveland in both sports.
Well, it should make it. It should be like regional, like Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Detroit. If you're not doing American and National League, then Cincinnati, obviously.
Yeah, no. I think Cincinnati and Pittsburgh should be in the same division as Cleveland in almost all sports.
Yeah.
You got the Battle of Ohio.
Right.
And you got the border battle.
Yeah.
You got the Battle of Chicago, the Battle of the Great Lakes. That could all just a Midwest feel, It just you have trophies, like how they have the Ohio State has the trophies. like in the division, like you have the Paul Bunyan's Axe and all that stuff with Minnesota and Iowa, or I think it's Iowa.
Yeah.
But it's same concept. It drives more rivalry because you got to think right now in baseball, how many rivalries are there actually?
Right.
3. The Yankees, Red Sox, Cardinals, Cubs, and Dodgers, Giants.
Yeah.
Those are your big 3, and they're not really like nobody looks at it besides the Yankees, Red Sox, and that's not even like eh.
Right.
So I mean, if you could spice it up a little bit, I mean that might be beneficial to the game itself. Plus regional could have better payouts to attendance and.
Yeah, I don't know. See where that goes. All right. Well, do you want to start off with the NFL first round as a whole, or the Browns?
We could do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. I have notes on all aspects. I got whatever we want. How we want to do it.
We can start out with the Browns, I guess.
All right.
I know there's a couple of picks I was kind of skeptical about. A couple guys I wanted maybe over a couple guys they picked, but I think overall, I think they did very well. If you look at it as a whole, I give them an A- for my grade. Then you break down the picks. Obviously, the big first round pick, Jedrick Wills, the tackle. A lot of people had him rated as the highest rated tackle in the draft. The biggest question mark, obviously, is moving from the right side to the left side, but Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski do not seem worried about that. A lot of people don't think about is he actually blocked for the blind side in college because Tua was a lefty.
Yeah, but the blind side, the footwork on moving backwards from the left side to the right side is completely flipped. Yes. So, you're going to stop with your left and go with your right. So he plays with a lot of aggression, and he fits right into that zone blocking scheme that Cleveland's going to run this year. So I think that's why because they had the pick of their tackles. Like Cleveland took the second tackle. Like Thomas was gone, which I thought he was my number 1, but that's because he was pro ready. He may not have the biggest upside as everybody else, and I really hate that word upside. Or potential, or I don't. The Brown situation, it's not like they have Joe Thomas there now and he's like has another 2 years where you can put a guy like Mekhi Becton behind Joe Thomas, let him learn, and then when Joe retires, boom. That's when you take projects and upside players. But when you have nothing in the left tackle, you need to take the guy that can step in day one and go. And that was Thomas, in my opinion.
Right.
He played left tackle his whole collegiate career. He played in a dominant division that sends a bunch of pro talent. So he was as tested as he could be in the collegiate level.
Right.
So he was most ready to go, and that's who I thought the Browns needed to take. But the Giants had the same concept. Took him. Well, then you take the next best thing. The guy that has.
That was the thing. Supposedly, Wills and Thomas were 1 and 2 on their board, and had both of them been gone, that's when they would have pulled the trigger on the Trent Williams deal. But they got their guy, so they didn't need Williams, and he ended up in San Francisco.
Yeah. But I thought overall the Browns draft was being Stefanski and Barry's first draft and Barry's first draft fully in charge. Like he was in parts of, a bunch of different drafts. One with Dorsey, guy in Philly. What's the name? The GM in Philly? Rose?
God.
They will. He came to Cleveland. Everybody looked at it like, oh crap, here goes that analytical thing again. Same people, different story, or same story, different people.
Yeah.
Well, he proved everybody wrong by spending a shit ton of money in free agency.
Right.
Because analytics, you wouldn't spend that much money that quickly. You wouldn't do it. I don't care who you are.
And they're not done either. That's what he said the other day. He said, off season doesn't end with the draft. He goes, there's still a lot of things.
There's still moves. People are going to make cuts, and then they're going to sign people off those cuts, But was what he's able to do in the situation they're given, their draft easily an A for me. Like you said, Jedrick Wills comes in, fixes a big hole in left tackle. I think he'll be all right. There'll be some growing pains, but that's every rookie offensive lineman. There's not.
Did you hear what happened with the number picking? Joe Thomas called him right away and offered him 73.
Oh yeah.
And Stefanski stepped in and said, "Nope, that's not happening." And he's wearing 73 again. So that was pretty cool. And then
that's like Jerry Jones. CeeDee Lamb wanted to wear 10, and said, "No, you're wearing 88."
Yeah.
But
yes, so he ended up picking 71. He said he wants to obviously make his own legacy. So.
I hope he does. But they filled that hole. It'll be growing pain, but I don't think it'll last more than a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I think he'll find his stride early rather than later.
And I was just going into the second pick. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think you guys are you found a real. I think the Browns found the real winner here. I think they found someone that's gonna contribute early and be able to play at a high elite level.
Hopefully he can be like Joe Thomas. Be a mainstay for the next.
You got some bookends there. This is reminding me of the Titans' offensive line. They're building it from the outside in, but you already had inside pieces in Shredder and Bitonio. So I mean, you're literally one Pro Bowl player away.
Yeah.
Well, get two if you consider Jedrick Wills to be a Pro Bowler, which I think he should be, and he probably will be.
Yeah, down the road.
Yeah. So.
Then with their second round pick, they filled another need with LSU safety Grant Delpit. He's a ball hawking safety. I know a lot of people question his tackling skills, but I think it's not as bad as people have made it out to be. Even looking at the scouting report I have here, they've got best trait Trizzer and physicality, and worst trait tackling. No red flags. And his NFL comp is Eric Berry. If he could turn out to be Eric Berry, I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah, I mean, especially like this Grant Delpit pick was like deja vu for me, dude. It's like last year watching Greedy Wilson supposed to be a top corner first round. He falls to the Browns in the second round.
Yeah.
Same with Delpit. Same school. I mean, it's like deja vu. It's like really all these elite.
A lot of people had him picked in like the 20 to 25 range in the first round.
I saw Delpit as high as 13, 14, 15 in some mock drafts. I mean,
yeah, I was happy with the pick that he fell. I'm no doubt about that. When we needed another safety, he's got a chance to come in and start next to Carl Joseph, day one.
Yeah. Would you rather have him or Winfield because they were both available at the time?
I love Winfield, but I wish he was like 4 inches taller.
Yeah.
5'8" kind of scares me in the NFL. I know in college. What's that?
Well, it's 5'9", but yeah.
Yeah. I think they list him at like 5'8.5" or something like that.
The next couple picks, when you look at after Delpit, you have Elliott, Phillips, and Harrison Bryant.
Yeah.
I like the Elliott pick. They traded back in that pick 5 or 6 spots, picked up another third-round pick late in next year's draft.
I didn't know much about him, but I watched some tape on him. He's nasty.
Oh, he has power. Like he has some. He can disrupt He's very disruptive. Like he's underrated. He's underrated as a run stopping tackle.
Well, they said he was the top pass rushing tackle in the NCAA last year.
Yeah, but like I was saying, he's very underrated at stopping the run too. Like he's able to do it all.
Right.
But he's more known for his being like the elite pass rushing tackle, like you said in the draft. But Jacob Phillips but they picked up an extra third round pick, and they passed on Justin Matabuki. That was the tackle that was there.
Yeah.
That they're eyeing, but they got to trade. They picked up an extra third round pick to move back. I think it was smart. Because I don't see a big, in my evaluation, I'm not seeing a huge gap in Elliott and Matabuki in their ratings in my eyes. So for you to pick up an extra third round pick next year, it's smart. I give very props on that.
The thing with the Phillips is that's the spot where, and maybe it's a little homerism, but I was hoping they would take Malik Harrison from Ohio State. And then, of course, the Ravens right after that.
I understand why they took Phillips over Harrison. Harrison's more of your traditional thumper in the middle.
Yeah.
your middle linebacker, while Jacobs can be more of a sideline guy.
Right.
And with a Lamar Jackson in there and a Joe Burrow, a Mixon, now J.K. Dobbins, you need that type of that linebacker, like a Shazier. Kind of like, if you look at Philip pro comp, he's probably close to a Ryan Shazier type pro comp.
Yeah.
And gives you that sideline linebacker that could at least give you a chance to stop Lamar Jackson. Even though I love Ohio State, I love Malik Harrison. I don't think if Malik Harrison's left one-on-one Lamar Jackson, that dude's getting burned. At least Phil.
I've seen something too. That someone said Jacob Phillips only missed one tackle all last season.
And he's not fancy. Jacob Phillips not flashy. He raps. He finishes. He's not trying to get the fumble. He understands the process of if you can get him down, you stop the play. If you're trying to, hurry up and wrap up and cause the fumbles and power hits, you likely will miss the tackle, and you're gonna end up costing your team points and yards in the long run. So
right.
Well, the biggest surprise for me was Harrison Bryant.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. I mean, I didn't know much about him, but when they picked him, then it rang the bell. They started showing the highlights. I'm like, that's right. I remember this dude against Ohio State. He was actually lighting Ohio State up.
Yeah, like I look at it because that was a round 3 pick, and I completely understand that Stefanski loves tight ends in his.
Yeah.
He's a tight end guy, right? But then
he said he ran a lot of. There were some sets last year with the Vikings where he used 3 tight ends, and he said he plans on doing the same thing this season at times.
Yeah.
And they just picked up Njoku's 5th-year option, so he's obviously in the plans.
Oh yeah. But I thought there was you took a tight end. You need receivers. Both your receivers have had issues. There's a few receivers available. Gabriel Davis out of UCF is available. I mean, before.
Yeah, I wanted him to pick a receiver higher too, but
Golden out of Liberty. I mean,
because we'll talk about what they did.
Joe Reed out of West Virginia. That dude was out of Virginia. Not West Virginia. Virginia. He was. I liked him a lot for a late round receiver. I mean, there were some receivers there, but you waited until the 6th round and you got Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go back to what you sent me, and it tells you a lot about what Donovan Peoples-Jones' season this past year. So you forwarded me a tweet that said this year 337 players attended the NFL Combine. Of those 337 players, 336 of them are currently on an NFL roster. The one that didn't get drafted or signed, Donovan Peoples-Jones quarterback, Shea Patterson from Michigan.
Oh yeah, I know, and he's a reason, but you look at who was still available at receiver then. I wanted
KJ Hill, and again, maybe a little Ohio State homerism, but I wanted KJ.
I have KJ Hill over Donovan Peoples-Jones 10 times. That's not even a homerism. KJ Hill he is not a burner, but he'll be a great slot receiver. He'd be a solid number 3 for Cleveland because
that's what we needed.
You need number 3. You don't need an elite outside guy. You don't need anything else. You need that number 3 guy.
Right.
Right, and KJ Hill would have been perfect for that. He can run the routes. He's an excellent route runner. He has great hands. He's big. He can take the punch from the middle. We've seen it in Ohio State, and he is dangerous in the open field from his.
He's going to be a steal just like his former teammate Terry McLaurin. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then.
The most intriguing pick is the one we haven't talked about yet. That's Nick Harris, the center out of Washington. He has a lot of flexibility. Stefanski even mentioned it, and Barry the other day, that he played a little bit of guard in college, and that he has the talent to play the guard position. So I even mentioned I would not be surprised if he threw his name into the hat for the competition at the right guard spot with Wyatt Teller and Chris Hubbard.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
I see Nick Harris this season as a depth guy with potential. Yeah. I don't see them throwing him in the starting position only because the other guy.
I don't think that he want to, but I think he could
I
force
think Stefanski and Barry are smart enough to know that he may outplay some of them a little bit, but that's mini camp and stuff. That's not against. There's a difference between mini camp heroes, all right, and then actual game time players, like people that have played games in the trenches, have NFL games on their belt, all right.
Yeah.
There's a 100% difference. Like you could get drafted, and I could be Wyatt Teller, right? Sam Wyatt Teller, you're him. You come in, you look so much better in training camp and preseason than I do, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing I have over you is experience in the offense and in playing in real time situations against first string people. And I want to take that. I'd rather take that. And I'm sure you can sub him in, a little bit here and there. It's different packages.
I'm sure he'll play.
But I don't. He should not start a single game this year. Let him learn. Build up, get NFL. You need NFL strength too. You have college strength, but there's a difference between NFL strength and college strength. You need to hit that. That's why they have strength and conditioning coaches.
Right.
A different story coming out of college and the pros. But you might think you're tough, but you ain't shit.
Just a little bit on the short side too, but.
I mean, yeah, but was he 6 foot, 6'1"?
Yeah, just over 6 foot. Like around. They got him listed at 6'1", but I think he's a little under 6'1".
They say the perfect ideal height for a lineman is 6'2" to 6'3". Yeah. Anything taller, you could be in front of. You could be over. So if you're about a half an inch to an inch shorter than normal, you're fine. If you're pushing like 5'11", 5'10", you're an offensive lineman, then maybe. But if you're 6'1", I ain't sweating that size. Like I ain't sweating that. That's like saying this 6'2" receiver is not gonna be as good as 6'4". Really? Okay. But
then as all teams do, as soon as the draft ends, they start snatching up the guys that didn't get drafted who they like.
Yeah, I didn't have any of that.
I know I had the list up of all the guys that they brought in on our pages, but I picked 3 guys who I think have a shot of making the roster. And first guy obviously is AJ Green, the cornerback out of Oklahoma State. They actually gave him some guaranteed money, and I guess he was allegedly the most sought after undrafted free agent. I watched some tape of him. He's pretty impressive. I mean, it's only a small sample size, obviously, of his best plays, but you're looking at that, you kind of wonder why he didn't get drafted. But I guess he was rated as like a 6th-round pick coming in.
Who's this again?
AJ Green, cornerback out of Oklahoma State. Very, very athletic defensive back. I don't have to know my pages. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think they gave him like $500,000 or something like that, but they gave him guaranteed money.
Yeah. I saw that contract. I think it was like 40. I thought it was 80,000. I don't think it was $500,000. That's more than some of the minimum.
I think that's what he can earn if he makes the team.
Yeah, but so we got.
They're pretty deep at corner now, obviously. With
the Ravens signed.
What's that?
Over 20 undrafted free agents for the Ravens.
Really? Wow.
Craziness.
Then another intriguing guy. He's kind of a project. He's a big guy. 6'9" offensive tackle Alex Taylor out of South Carolina State. He's almost 6'10". Very, very long and athletic. Guy that they could possibly put on the practice squad and develop for a year or two and see if they can make something out of him. He's pretty raw, but he's got good size and he's quick, good feet, long and athletic. So it's worth a shot for an undrafted guy for sure. I know we've got 2 tackles. But
I'm looking at their undrafted free agents now, and a name that I was watching for like a late round draft pick. Like I had him I mocked a couple. I did a couple mocks, like 7-round mocks for Titans and stuff. And we needed linebacker depth. It wasn't a major priority, but I had Solomon Ajayi from Liberty, the linebacker, going to the Titans in like the 5th or 6th round, and he's one of your guys' undrafted free agents.
Yeah.
If you watch a game plan, this dude, I like him. I mean, he's a little raw. Like he doesn't play big talent. I mean, but he could develop into something. I like what I see.
Right.
But
Then the other guy I had was running back, beating out Dontre Hilliard for the 3rd running back. That's Benny LeMay out of Charlotte.
Yeah.
It's another guy that was projected to go like 6th, 7th round. Second NFL player out of Charlotte. You know, the first one is
the linebacker out of. For wait.
His former teammate, now with the Browns, and now current teammate, Larry Ogunjobi.
Oh,
they just started a football program a couple years ago.
Pittsburgh drafted a linebacker, I think, out of a receiver out of someone out of Charlotte. Let me hold on. I'll tell you right now. I guess they did. Who?
Pittsburgh probably had the worst draft out of all the teams in our division. They had a couple good picks, but
yeah.
I talked to a Steelers fan yesterday who was none too happy about their draft.
See, the thing is, like, there's a lot of people there's a lot of people that will be like, man, their draft sucks, but they don't follow football enough to understand what the draft is about. Because if you actually go and break down Pittsburgh's draft, it's not as bad as you think based on what they're doing, their need, and then what they had. I mean, yeah, they didn't go draft a quarterback, but do they really need to draft a quarterback right now? Or would they rather beef up a couple more sections? I mean, you don't just go, Ben's coming back and Mason Rudolph is garbage and their quarterback behind him is trash. Yeah, okay. That's why they're backups. So they're going to stay backups. They're not meant to be starters. I mean, but I hate understand people just don't. And then all these undrafted Ohio State receivers in like Mack and Benjamin Victor.
Yeah.
They went to the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Both
of them did. Yeah.
Both of them. I was like, you mother. I think Benjamin Victor could make a NFL roster.
Yeah, I was hoping the Browns would bring him in as an undrafted guy.
I think he can make an NFL. Austin Mack may be a special teamer.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna make it. I liked him in Ohio State, love the guy, but I don't think he has what it takes. But Benjamin Victor, I think he can make the team as 4th or 5th receiver on a roster. Yeah. I truly, honestly believe that.
He's got skills to play in the NFL.
To be honest with you, I think both Victor and Mack being in New York with no other talent there, I mean, they could both make that team.
Right. I hope they do.
Yeah. So I'm going to go into a little bit here about the Titans because, you know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Yeah, there's a rumor that you kind of like them.
That's not rumor. That shit fact. Take that to the bank. I got a tattoo on my leg that says it. Tennessee's pick was their draft of the A. You can ask any of my friends. You know Troy, our friend Troy. Every year he comes to the draft, he watches the draft with me, and every year he waits to see my reaction for the Titans picks. And he was kind of disappointed this year because I ended up liking some of the picks more than I usually do. Yeah. And so I gave the draft an A. I think the best pick. I'm not gonna win every pick. Like the first one was Isaiah Wilson, the tackle.
Yeah, you went a little crazy with that one. We enjoyed that reaction. But.
Yeah, that one I ripped down the boards because I'd rather have a different tackle. Right?
Yeah,
at the time,
I get it.
At the time on the board at that moment, if you're gonna take a tackle, I understand that's what you need to fill, but I don't think that was our biggest need at the time. I know it's a need. It was a big need, but I think cornerback slightly edged that based on the quarterbacks in our league. We have Philip Rivers now, right? You have Deshaun Watson. All right. And then you have Gardner Minshew, but I'm not worried about him. But so 2 of the 3 quarterbacks you're playing are elite, like were elite or can be, they're great quarterbacks, right? Philip Rivers, he can burn you if he, and Deshaun Watson is on his way to probably be a prolific quarterback. So I thought corner was our biggest need because that's who we're playing against, But they go and take tackle because Jalen Johnson out of Utah is still available. He was my number 3 cornerback in this draft, behind Okudah and C.J. Henderson. And I knew they were falling to us at 29. Those 2 guys are going to the top 15,
Yeah.
And they did. They went in the top 10. And so I was like, Jalen Johnson's still there. Other corners were getting picked left and right, and I'm like, dude, he's still fucking there. Take this dude. And they go Isaiah Wilson. So I stood up, went to our studio, ripped down our old draft board, and threw him out in the living room.
It needed to come down anyways.
Yeah, but then I threw him, and then I came back and made a drink. But then our second round pick, Christian Fulton, who was in some mocks rated as, I'm not going to be that guy that says, oh, we got a first round talent in the second round. No, he fell for a reason. But after reading on it, it was more of a combine issue that made kind of like what AJ Epineza fell because he had a lackluster combine.
Right.
I take combine as like a portion of it, but look at his overall collegiate. Christian Fulton was one of the top 5 rated cornerbacks in this draft for almost the whole season, off season. He was top 5 cornerback in every mock draft, in every power ranking, in every position ranking. He was top 5. He was there.
Yeah.
And he was there for us in the second round, late second round. So I mean, I think that's gonna be a steal of the draft. I think if he plans out the way it is, cool. And then we just we added a bunch of depth, like running back out of Appalachian State, like fuck, yeah. I like quarterback out of Hawaii.
The only thing I know about when they beat Michigan.
What?
The only thing I know about Appalachian State is when they beat Michigan a few years ago.
Yeah. But Titans we didn't get an edge rusher, so hopefully we're still in play for Clowney, or we could trade for Nanakwe, but I doubt
There's still some guys out there. What's his name?
Even Everson Griffin.
Yeah, he hasn't signed yet.
He's still available. So I mean, I like it. I'm happy with it. Then I think, like I was telling you before, the Ravens probably came out with the best draft in the best overall draft. They got Patrick Queen. They got a pair of linebackers. They got J.K. Dobbins, which is going to be nasty in that offense.
Feeling good about our draft, and then that pick came, and that kind of broke my heart. It was like a big letdown.
Because you're sitting there, who was there? It was the Dolphins. So it was the second round, right? No, third round. No, second round. The second round, it was whoever was on the clock before the whoever was on the clock before the Ravens, and you're like, yeah. Oh, he's going to the Dolphins.
I totally overlooked. Yeah,
he's going to the Dolphins, and I was like, yeah, probably. And then I'm looking there, I was like, dude, the Ravens pick next. I was like, they don't have a running back. I mean, Ingram's old. Yeah. And I was like, and Gus is just And I was like, watch, he's going to the Ravens. You're like, oh shit. And then boom, Ravens. And then you could just tell. You just tell it was
that, and then when they take Malik Harrison, the pick after I wanted the Browns to pick him, that was just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely had the best draft in my opinion as well.
Yeah, which sucks for you guys, but
Cincinnati did pretty well too.
Yeah, I was really happy with Cincinnati. I was barely surprised, but we'll see. They're one of the biggest winners. They said one of the best drafts, but
it's Burrow's team now because they cut Dalton today. So
yeah, that brings up. I pretty much wraps up. To go over the whole NFL draft, to recap.
Yeah, we don't have to go over every pick. Just maybe some surprising picks and some intriguing picks.
I got one, and it leads me to a topic that I want to talk to you guys about. It's the Packers drafting Jordan Love trading up
Yeah,
to draft Jordan Love.
yeah.
All
I
right.
think that opened a lot of people's eyes for sure, especially Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Um. So this is I'm having like flashbacks to like the 2005 NFL draft when he slipped
Right.
and he was drafted and Brett Favre in place of to back up Brett Favre or be his replacement. Which Aaron Rodgers has been saying he needs weapons, he needs weapons, he needs weapons. He passed on receivers, T. Higgins, tight end Cole Kmet, to name a few, that were still available. But they didn't do anything to give him weapons on that team. Like, nothing. So, that lit a fire under Rodgers' ass. He's pissed. He's like, you want me to do this, but you want me to do it with the bare minimum.
Right.
How do you expect me to do this with the bare minimum? So this is my question to you guys. Aaron Rodgers is pissed. He wants, he's unhappy with the situation now. You have Jordan Love breathing down your neck. He was supposed to be, said he's this year's Patrick Mahomes. He's having that type of, hype and comparisons to like his play and stuff, which is fucking scary as shit. If there's a second fucking Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, I'll be pissed. So now Aaron Rodgers is like, you know what, fucking, I'm out. Well, let's just say this year the Cleveland Browns, Andrew Berry said, all avenues to better this team are open. It'd be a trade, free agency, draft, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So let's say this year, 2020, Browns go 7-9, right? Not horrible.
No, but definitely.
You could tell that the 7-9 was because of bad quarterback play, right? So with that being said, I feel like the Browns, with the weapons they have, Beckham, Landry, Chubb, Austin Hooper, David Njoku, was on the team, could send it. And if we know that, Aaron Rodgers is unhappy, the Browns trade for Aaron Rodgers, the possibility. I see the Packers. Browns offer them the first round pick, 7-9. You're picking around what, 13, 14?
Yeah.
So you got the top 15 pick. That means you'll have 2 first rounders, probably picking mid-20s with the Packers. They won't pick another top 15. Packers trade Aaron Rodgers to the Cleveland Browns. My question is, do you feel Aaron Rodgers would play for the Browns, or would he just retire?
I think looking at the weapons they have, looking at the roster, I think he'd be a little more intrigued now than he would in the past, obviously. I mean, if the missing piece is the quarterback, if Baker has another year like he just had last year,
yeah,
why wouldn't? I mean, look at the weapons.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. If Rodgers looking at his team going, look, they're just a quarterback away. They have this elite talent. With the play that Baker just did, they still went 7-9. I could go there 2 years, so I become a free agent or whatever, 3 years. Play the Browns. Think about this. What if Aaron Rodgers? Because look at he all these weapons. He's like, dude, I'd be ecstatic. I have Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry. I have a tight end. I have a running game. I don't have just one of those things like I did in Green Bay. I have all of those things.
Yeah, you've got everything. Solid offensive line.
And you also have a solid defense to lean on too. Like something that's not going to it's not going to be all on you offensively to score a bunch of points. Like your defense could win games for you too.
Right.
If he was to come here, and this is the question, he already has what, 2 Super Bowls?
Yeah.
I think 1 or 2. I'm not. If he was to come here and win a Super Bowl with the Cleveland fucking Browns, do you put him in the GOAT conversation? Fuck about 6 number. I don't care about how many Tom Brady goddamn has, because he didn't go to another team. All right, if he goes to Tampa Bay and wins the Super Bowl, I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal as if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Cleveland motherfucking Browns.
All right, yeah. Any quarterback who brings a Super Bowl to Cleveland should probably be in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah, I truly believe, and I think Aaron Rodgers will look at this and be sitting in a situation like, offensive line keep me up. I have weapons to throw it to. I have a running back I can dump it off to, run the ball to. My defense can stop people. What other? Because you know the Packers, they're going to trade him. They're not going to trade him inside the NFC. Right. And he's not going to the Cardinals. I mean, he's not going to the Chiefs. He's not going to go to the Texans. He's not going to go to the Bengals. I mean, there's already a couple teams. He's probably not going to go to the Titans.
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell Green Bay's strategy is. I mean, did they even put up the stat? I mean, we're watching the draft, and every time Green Bay comes up, I'm like, okay, what receivers are on the board? Which one are they going to take? And then they don't take one. And then they put up the stat. Almost 50% of their receptions last year were by undrafted free agent wide receivers.
Yeah, I also saw a thing that said Aaron Rodgers has thrown one touchdown to a first-round receiver, a first-round draft receiver, one in his career.
Yeah, that's sad.
And they didn't even draft that receiver. They picked him up in free agency.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Get some more undrafted guys.
But
crazy.
I think, with that being said, because you got to think, Aaron Rodgers also liked Van Pelt or Van Pete.
Yeah.
They were together in Green Bay at one point. Right. He had high appraisal for him. So if he's there, Van Pelt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Van Pelt. So I mean, all things point to Cleveland being a destination for Aaron Rodgers if he's truly unhappy with the situation he's in.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him for being. They're not putting no talent around him.
It's crazy to think about.
This is all predicated on Baker Mayfield having a bad season.
And I think Baker is going to have a solid year.
And me too. I don't think
he doesn't. They'll move on from him.
Yes,
these guys have no ties. So yeah, if he has a bad year, I don't think they'll have a problem moving on from him. And they're going to want a veteran quarterback with all.
Yeah, because they're not going to go to the draft. They're not going straight to the draft. They're not going to go into a full rebuild. They're going to try to find a win-now thing until the contracts expire for Landry and Falcom. And then they might be in a situation where they have to, think about rebuilding and cutting ties with some people. But if this year Baker has another down year, I could see them going after like a Matthew Stafford or a Carson Wentz could even be a playable option because Philly just drafted Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So I mean that's an option. I mean AJ Green. I mean Andy Dalton probably gonna be picked up by the Patriots and win like 3 Super Bowls with Belichick. That's probably what's gonna happen. We're looking at like 5 years of dominance by the Patriots with Andy fucking Dalton. But so I was telling you earlier. Did you know since 1991, Ohio State has had 15 cornerbacks drafted in the first round?
Yeah, that's crazy.
15 in the first round.
And then one we didn't expect this year, Damon Arnett.
Yeah. Well, Baylock has always been a big Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
Huge. So.
Well, the thing about Arnett, too, is he allowed no touchdowns last year. And I think obviously Jeff Okudah was in the spotlight. So he was kind of, in the background. He didn't get a lot of notoriety, a lot of publicity, but he was solid. Well, I mean, more than solid all season.
Oh, yeah, he was. And if Sean Wade would have came out of the draft, declared for the draft, he could have been a first-round pick, too.
Yeah. So, yeah, they are defensive back for sure.
Oh, yeah. We just don't pump out the safeties. We're all corners. Like, our safeties are Like, our best one that we've pumped out so far in the last couple of years is Malik Hooker. He's been injured.
Yeah.
LSU pumps out the safeties like Jamal Adams, Grant Delpit. Like, they pump out the safeties, but we pump out the corners.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah. Just to name a few. But, I mean... So, next year, next week, we will have studio up running again because it'll be after the first, and DeWine is slowly but surely reining back the The quarantine.
Yeah, we will be we will be back, and we have to go dust off the studio, and we'll be back.
I took a
Wow.
leaf blower to it, so we're good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be
So
on.
Didn't you say you're gonna buy us a green screen?
Yeah, I definitely want to get one.
We could put LP Field or Nissan Stadium in the background.
Sometime this year, we'll probably get one.
Yeah.
It's kind of the coronavirus kind of set everything back a little bit. We'll get back at it for sure.
It's gonna be so weird.
It is gonna be weird. It's been a while since we've done a live show.
I'm not gonna be like, what do I do with my hands? But this draft here alone had a lot of unsuspected picks.
Yeah.
It was weird. It wasn't like normally after reading and seeing all the mock drafts, it usually flows in a semi similar way to the mock draft. This one kind of went everywhere this year. It was just
one pick that kind of surprised me that was the Chiefs taking the running back out of LSU, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You had DeAndre Swift. You had J.K. Dobbins, Jonathan Taylor.
But after reading about it, and that dude was like, he's like a Kareem Hunt 2.0 issue. Like he's that type of scat back out of the backfield. Like his biggest thing is catching the ball out of the backfield and going. So I understand why I took him. He's not a true running. Like he can run the ball, like Kareem Hunt does, but he's gonna be your Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt, right? J.K. Dobbins is looking like your Nick Chubbs and your. I'm not gonna say Saquon Barkley because that's just nuts. But like your
the thing about him is he wasn't in the spotlight, obviously, with Joe Burrow throwing for 400 yards a game.
Yeah.
So
if you look at him, he caught the ball. I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. I think this dude it was ridiculous. Like his stats are ridiculous. I think the dude went ape shit. If I'm not mistaken, I could be fucking wrong. If I'm wrong, then I don't know what I was reading. Yeah. But this dude, I'm pretty sure he caught the ball like a lot. Like he has a lot more receiving yards than he did this past year than he did.
We chose not to talk about our because all these surprising picks that we just talked about kind of fucked us. So wasn't a very successful year predicting for us. But
yeah, we don't. Yeah, he had 55 catches for 500, almost 500 yards. So
yeah, and how much is he really going to run in Kansas City? It's the same situation.
Exactly, he'll be used that way. Yeah. So I mean,
he'll probably have more.
Against Alabama, he had 9 catches for 77 yards.
Yeah.
Against Arkansas, 7 for 65. I mean, he's going to be used that way. Let's see 2018. That was 2019. 2018. Because every GM says they look at the last 2 years of college as a scout. They don't go based off of just your 1 year. The dude's small. He's 5'8".
Is he really?
Yeah, he's pretty small.
I didn't know he was that small. Wow.
Okay, yeah, so look, his fuck.
What are you looking at stats?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. No. This is all weird because it says he's played Georgia 16 times. No. But anyway, like he's gonna be used that way. He's not gonna be used as a normal running back, and that's what he was used as in LSU. So I understand their pick there. Like, if they're going for a running back, they'd have probably took a Swift or a Akers or a Dobbins, but
We talked about the Browns move they made this week, and that was bringing back wide receiver Rashard Higgins, 1 year, $900,000.
That's a good move.
Knew it was coming because I flying through Twitter and he tweeted and said, I got a surprise for you guys. So everybody knew what the surprise was going to be, and then it came out like a couple hours later.
Yeah,
he was re-signing. I guess he turned down more money from. I didn't hear it from other teams, but
I don't care what he said. No, he didn't.
That's what they're saying.
No, he didn't.
He said
he's an idiot.
wanted to see it through here.
He's an idiot. No, if you believe he turned down more money from another team, you are, as nicely as I can say, retarded.
He can blame Freddie Kitchens for that, for not using them all last year.
He also refused to go into a game too himself. So
yeah, well, there was some beef between him and the coach.
Yeah, so you don't act like a child in a game or in a you're a professional athlete. Act like a professional athlete, not a child.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. There's Odell Beckham and Jarvis on his team. They're not going to be the guy like you were the year before that, where you're the second option.
Yeah. Well, he's that sure-handed third down possession receiver that they need, and he has good chemistry with Baker going back 2 years ago when he kind of broke out. So,
yeah.
I mean, he gives them more depth at receiver. That eases the pain of not picking one higher. Now you've got your top three, and then you've got Peoples-Jones, obviously, a couple of the guys, Cadell Hodges, that young guy that showed a little potential towards the end of the season, and Damian Ratley. Got all those guys competing for the fourth and fifth spot. And they're going to be using a lot of tight ends, double tight end sets too.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of 12-man personnel.
Yeah.
But good thing about 12-man personnel, you can run a lot of different disguises out of it to, a lot of different options. You're not going to be predictable. Right. You're going to see a lot of 2-3 tight end sets out of this team. I put money on it. You'll see a lot of 12 and 13-man personnel. Like, it's going to be, you're going to see a lot of it. There'll be a lot of bulkiness at the line, a lot of run the ball, quick little slant routes. Like, it's going to be quick, efficient football from Cleveland. It's not going to be all this 30-yard post routes.
Well, you could see Harrison Bryant line up at receiver too at times. He's a little undersized for an NFL tight end. So
yeah,
they can get pretty creative with this offense. It should be fun to watch. A lot of versatility for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's all the pieces in the world that make it work.
Baker, that's for sure.
What?
No excuses for Baker this year.
No.
Let's put up.
He does though. Does he? But I mean, can we 100% say that?
It's his third year. It's time to put
COVID-19 fucked a lot of shit up, man. No training camp, no OTAs. Can we really hold him accountable? Like
that's for everybody though.
Exactly. So you can't have if he has a bad season, he could blame it on there. And can we say it wasn't because of that though? I didn't have enough time to gel with my team.
I think the excuses are over now. It's time to prove it. Because
I'm not a backer. I'm just letting you know this is a legitimate reason it could be
right.
He'd be off for a while. Like
I think that's why they pushed the start of the season back to October.
Well, that's not official yet.
Okay. Give him some more time. No, but it's on the table if this shit goes on.
There's a lot on the table right now.
Yeah.
So, but there's also things we play on Saturdays if the college football season is.
Yeah, college. I hope that doesn't happen.
College football doesn't start, dude.
Ohio State's locked and loaded and ready to make a run for a national title. So,
well, all those players will get that year eligibility back.
Yeah.
100%.
I would hope so. You can't play any games.
Yeah, we're all redshirting this year.
Yeah, what's that do to the NFL draft then?
People can still go in if you want to, but it's not going to be that potent. There are a lot of seniors that just said, fuck it, go. A lot of busts. This could be a real big asterisk draft that nobody really counts. And if that's the case, if there's also no NFL season.
Not have a high pick. So hopefully we do well. It's a good year to not have a high pick if that happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like
What
this
else
whole
you
thing,
got,
there's not much really to talk about anymore. I mean, draft's over. We only know what we're going to talk about next week. That's going to be.
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll come up with something.
We'll stare at each other.
Might be a shorter show. Won't be our normal hour and a half or so. We'll fill the time with something. Hopefully we'll get some callers. Now that we have. Yeah, we do. We just got the call-in line set up the first week, and then all this shit hit. And we had to take a break. But we'll get that going again.
Yeah, so we're going to do a new night Thursday now.
Yeah.
Because you wanted,
that's a good thing about being independent. We can pretty much do any day, anytime we want. So
that's not true because you took our old slot away because you want to talk wrestling.
Oh yeah, what?
So you want to watch sweaty guys rub each other down and lay on the mat and just like hump each other. You're watching wrestling.
Yeah.
I should have been like, no, Wednesday needs to happen. That's the only night I could do it. How mad would you have been?
I would have had to figure something out. But thanks for being flexible.
Yeah, you owe me. It's okay. Yeah.
Oh, you got anything else? Or?
No, I got nothing.
No.
I did buy, this is not sports related today, but I spent $80 on a piece of beef.
A piece of beef?
It was a 16-pound piece of beef. But it was a rib roast. What they make the prime ribs and ribeye steaks out of. I bought a 16-pound one at Edinburgh Market. It was $4.99 a pound. So I cut that shit into a 7-pound prime rib, vacuum sealed it, and then cut the rest of it into like, I don't know, about that thick ribeye steak. So it's about 6 of those bitches. Yeah. I'll send you a picture. I have it on my phone, but
I got a meat order, and I'm picking up a meat order Saturday.
Oh yeah, what you buy?
Duma Meats in Magador.
Oh, from Duma?
Yeah.
How long did you put? When did you put that in?
I gotta pick my curbside pickup time tomorrow, 8 a.m. tomorrow.
That's when you're picking up tomorrow?
You gotta log in like right away. They do it a day in advance, so I gotta log in Friday to pick it up Saturday. Like I tried to do it today, but I forgot and waited too long, and by the time I logged in, so I gotta do it like right at 8 o'clock.
So you can't even go into the store?
You can, but there's like only 25 people out at a time, and it's gonna take forever. I'd rather they do curbside like from 8 till I think 5 o'clock. You pick a time slot, and then they'll bring it out to you.
Right.
A lot easier than trying to fight through people and wait in line to get in the store.
Yeah.
So
I just been buying all my shit from Edinburgh. Like Edinburgh has gotten. I bought a 22-pound pork butt for $23 or $22 with like $1.19 a pound.
Yeah.
Or 20-pound pork butt for $22. I smoked one of it last Saturday. I smoked a portion of it. I broke it down into like 3 roasts, 1 for pulled pork, 2 for the smoker, and I cubed up the bunch of the rest of it with all the fat that I trimmed off it to make sausage. That's down there. I mean, the time before that, I bought a whole beef tenderloin from Duma from Edinburgh because it was $6.99 a pound. So I mean, they've been good sales, dude. I've just been buying, big pieces here and there. I have a vacuum sealer, so I'll portion it out and just throw it in my freezer. So
yeah, they're saying there's going to be a meat shortage coming up with some of these processing plants shutting down. But I know Trump's trying to get them to open back up. We'll see.
I don't know if this is going to be really
chicken and pork.
They're essential. How the fuck are they closing down? Like,
I have no idea.
Scab crew, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either, but whatever.
That's like Walmart saying, nope, fuck it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, I don't think there's going to be that big of a meat shortage, to be honest with you. I really don't.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's being overblown, just like everything else.
Yeah, like this whole like I know this virus is kind of a big deal, but it's also like way out there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm just glad that you can find it for now.
oh yeah,
Any day of the week. Yeah.
yeah. Except for the Walmart Aurora, dude, that place is always empty.
Really?
I have no idea why. I have no idea why.
Yeah, the Dollar General down the street. It used to be Monday their truck would come in, and that's when you'd have to go down there to get checks. But now I've been in there on like a Friday, and there's still some on the shelf. So
Yeah, like I go to there's a dollar store that I go to. I'm not about to throw the shit out there because it's my little honey hole. But I've gotten Clorox wipes, Lysol spray, toilet paper, paper towel. It's all there.
Yeah.
For some reason, nobody knows about this fucking place. Like, well, I don't know why. I'm like, I was like, do they know you're here? Because I literally walked in there and bought 2 cans of Lysol, a pack of Clorox wipes. I'm not hoarding. I'm not gonna buy all 6 cans on the shelf. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that guy.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a dick.
No.
So I mean, I have 2 cans here, some Lysol wipes, and I have 3 or 4 things of like hand sanitizer that the post office gave me. But I barely ever use that shit too. I mean,
yeah.
I am doing pretty much the almost exact opposite of what all these health professionals are saying. Like, wear a mask, wash your hands, hand sanitizer.
I'm glad they lifted the mandatory mask shit because I wasn't doing that.
There was no mandatory.
It was the first day he said it was mandatory. If you go into a store, you had to wear a mask, and then he backtracked. The next day, he got a lot of pushback. People pissed off. He said, okay, it's just recommended for customers, but employees have to wear them. But the stores can enforce it. They can refuse you your business if you're not wearing a mask if they so choose.
so about that. So last Sunday, I think it was. Yeah, Sunday. I go to Home Depot Saturday. Saturday I go to Home Depot because I need to find. I bought a meat thermometer when I was smoking that pork butt, and it didn't work. So I went to Walmart to return it, and I was like, I'm going to Home Depot because they have a grilling section, outdoor section. I see if they have a good one, and they didn't have shit. So I walked in there. There's a sign that says 100 people on max occupancy or whatever right now. So I walk in there. I guess I was on there. I was part of the 100. So walk in there. See Matt's in there. And talk to him for a little bit and then look for the thermometer. They don't have the one I wanted. They had a good one, but it was only a 1 probe. I needed 2 probe, 1 for the smoker, 1 for the meat. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I turn around and go back out. Well, I don't see a sign anywhere. Like, if I saw one, I wouldn't have been a dick. But I didn't see one. So I go out the same door that I came into because I'm parked right there. Like, right there. Like, I'm like 3 spots away from the front. So I walk out. The store manager, I guess he's there counting people coming in. And then he grabs me by the arm. Like I'm a 5-year-old kid going the wrong way. Like by the bicep. You know how you like a principal will take you to, like that. And he says, you have to go through the other door. And I'm like, you get the fuck off me right now.
Yeah,
don't touch me. And I'm like, I started walking out. He's like, don't you come back. This is not, I was like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, what'd you say? He's like, want me to call the police? I was like, I said, shut the fuck up. He's like, I'm going to call the police. And I was like, call them. You know what? Better yet, I'm in Bainbridge because this was the Home Depot I'm at, right? I was like, better yet, I know every single one of them. I got every single one of them phone number in my phone now because I worked with them for 3 years. I was like, I'll call them and let them know that you assaulted me as I was walking the door because I know your cameras show that entrance and exit area. Yeah. So you want me to call them or are you going to just shut the fuck up and turn around and mind your business? And he just turned around, and I was like, don't ever touch someone again. I was like, you're lucky I didn't knock you the fuck out. I'm not going to make a scene in your store.
Right. Yeah, there's no reason for that.
No, don't grab me. Like, I would have been, if he'd like, dude, other way. This is entrance only. I'd have been like, all right, whatever. And I wouldn't have been happy. But don't touch me.
Sure, this is not the exit. What's so hard about it?
Don't grab me. If you grab me, I'm going out this way for sure.
Right.
And I'm going to cuss you the fuck out.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I would have done the same thing.
Bro, he didn't have to. I mean, don't touch me. Like, you don't know me. Especially this whole 6 feet shit, and you're gonna grab me.
Yeah.
You want this one entrance, one exit for social distancing, but you're gonna grab me,
Yeah.
dude.
Hey, I think we just had something we haven't had in a long time. A Mike rant.
It wasn't a rant. It was just like I almost went to jail because I'm the store manager of Home Depot.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But all right, dude. Well, I will talk to you next week. We'll do this again from the lovely Titan Studio.
Thursday, 8:00, studio.
Till next week, guys.
Yep.
Go Titans.
Go Brown.
Weak.